So once again, it's another greetings to all and sundry, and really the final greeting of 2022. And again, sorry, I haven't caught up on my build vids, not my long chalk. I've been building away, and I've managed to end the year on this, the Avia C92, which is basically the Czech Air Force ME262. It was built by the Czechoslovakia after World War II, and used into the 1950s. The two-seater and the single-seater. It was sort of what the Czechoslovaks used to help introduce them to the jet age. This was the Revell kit, 172nd. That went together perfectly well, and I used some decals from the stash to build the aircraft that is at the Czech Air Force Museum. So, but I sort of did it in more of an operational condition. So quite a nice, fun little build that didn't present too many problems. And I have done the material for the build vid, the unboxing, and then a series of inbuilt photos. Before that, I finished off the Avia C199, again, Czechoslovak two-seater version of the BF109. So that's now been done. That was the KP Plastikov kit. A rather nice little outcome here. So sort of ended my year's builds on a run of Czechoslovak subjects. I must admit, from a creative point of view, this has been a particularly satisfying year. I let down myself on my channel, I think. That's where my main weakness has been. It's been, I say, good for modelling, not so hot for YouTube. So what are we starting with next year? Well, there is the civilian group build being run by the Group Build Group, and I will be launching the year with a little diorama featuring the de Havilland Twin Otter and the PZL Vilga float plane. Now, as these both in the kits come with Canadian aircraft registrations, and looking at a background research, they both appear to be in operation at the same time. I will be doing a little quayside model now. This kit does come with a float plane version, civilian markings for West Coast Airlines, sort of a lake hopper operating in Canada. And so I will be, the two of these, as I say, will be appearing on the same diorama base with water effects and pier side mould up and all the rest of it. So that's what I'm launching, going to be my first build of next year. I can't start it until January. I've been painting up some Battletech mechs in the meantime and doing some other bits and pieces in here. So I must admit, I have really enjoyed this past year for the builds. I've enjoyed following all your build vids and following what's been going on the modelling scene. The rate at which my collection has expanded hasn't been too excessive in my mind, with some nice finds, including recently this nice little find from Hawkeye's Bazaar in Mould near here, meaning that I can have now the two-seater version of the MiG-9. When I will build this, and if I build it soon, there will be unlikely to be a video of it. The simple reason is I'm still not yet comfortable of doing videos of Russian subjects. That's just a personal perspective. So I have a backlog of videos for non-Russian subjects I need to compile. But in the meantime, I will continue doing the chances view to discuss things about projects, builds, and what I'm up to. Now, at the end of this, I will be doing the presentation of a little photo set of this year's builds, my 2022 builds. And next year, I have got quite a few things lined up that I'm launching with this diorama. And I think certainly there's going to be quite a few more of the picture frame builds, dioramas, those kinds of things. I'm going to be sort of experimenting and trying to push that side a little bit more. But it was still nice just to end the year on 3 solo models with this Avier as well. And then the other 2 Aviers, they sort of go together, and I was happy to end the year on that trio. I'm not really sure what else I have in mind to buy next year. A few things floating around. We are going to be at quite a few model shows. We will be certainly at Crew, at Stoke-on-Trent. I think we will be at, oh God, I've forgotten which one now. Not Preston. God, I'll mention it. Sorry, I have for some reason there's one town I seem to have a complete and utter mind block on. But I will be seeing many of you guys at the model shows where we'll be with Rex and Wings Model Club. That's nice. We've seen our numbers grow a little bit, and so when you see me at the shows, or just feel free to have a natter to tell me off for not posting enough vids and for falling behind on things and all the rest of it. That said, I'm happy with this year's modelling output. I've had a lot of fun doing it. I've managed to build 18 separate aircraft. There's a number of them were in these combined builds with 2-3 different types on the same display base, picture frame, whatever. And that has been, I suppose, really part of the fun of it. So in terms of individual aircraft, I've hit 18 this year, which has meant I've had a 1.5 aircraft per month build rate, which I'm not complaining about. I aim for 1 aircraft a month, and to hit 1.5 per month average, I'm very happy with that. Problem is, though, it means I've been often too eager to finish work closer to on time, which means I haven't been working late on some things that I should have been working on, and somewhere down the line a catch-up has to take place. I'm happy though with the projects I've got planned for next year, and I think that's all for me perfectly achievable. There's going to be a few more World War II types, definitely a couple of airfield dioramas, and we'll just see what else gets prompted from what I see online, from what happens with the group builds. But I'm starting the year on the civil aircraft group build, and I've got 2 types lined up for that. If I can manage a 3rd or 4th, you never know, I will do so. So guys, thank you all for continuing to follow my channel despite everything, despite my lackluster performance in so many ways. Please keep posting the vids, keep chatting, keep sharing your stuff online on the Facebook groups and all the other online spaces we inhabit and that take up so much of your time. So thank you all for your support and encouragement this year. Thank you, and please keep posting your build. It's been a pleasure to see so many of you at the shows and have good chats and natters, and I do wish you all now a safe and happy new year. Enjoy time with your families. If you can get modelling time, better still. I've got 2 nights of sort of running around. I'm not going to exactly say what, but quite a bit out and about these next 2 nights. And so I will be wishing you all the best. Stay safe. Yeah, God bless and happy modelling. This is Charles in North Wales signing out for 2022. So these are my builds for 2022. The year started with the Yak 52 single-seat aerobatic aircraft from A model. I then dove into the Yak 36 Russian developmental VTOL aircraft from Art model. Then it was the Yak 141 VTOL fighter that nearly went into service, and that I built during March, and it was during that time that things got unpleasant in the Soviet Union and very much marked my last Russian build. In looking for things to do, I then got on board with the Special Schemes Group build and did the first of my picture frame builds, which is this pair of Mirages, the Mirage F1 and the Mirage 2000 in French tiger meat markings. After that, I tackled the Revell stroke Matchbox Canberra PR9 on another picture frame build over a flying over Hope in North Wales, with part of the background to that being that back in 2006 I saw this aircraft do its touch and go at the Harden airfield when I was working on the A380. So it certainly brought back memories of that particular moment, so Canberra over North Wales. We then had the Century of Conflict group build, and the first aircraft for that was the Harrier Harrier as operated in Belize in 1975. Then it was a pair of Falklands Harriers, as can be seen here, the GR3 and the Sea Harrier on a display base representing the deck of the Hermes. And that was certainly a fun build. I like the approach to that. That was the Airfix and the Artiglieri kits. And then the final element of that trio of builds was the Sea Harrier and the Harrier GR7 as operated over the Balkans. And those went on to form part of the Harrier Wall at Home, which will be added to next year. After that, it was a bit of a pause for me in terms of modelling. I did paint up a few Battletech minis, and then joined in with the Nordic group build, which gave us the Saab Sapphire in Norwegian markings. And after that, I did rather dive into it and build the Saab Draken, the Saab Viggen, and the Saab Tunen. The Tunen was the old Matchbox kit, the Draken was the old Airfix kit, the very old one, and then it was the Saab Viggen, which was the Heli kit that I picked up at Telford, so I built that a little bit quick. Then I rounded off the year with the Avia C92 trainer aircraft, followed by the Avia S199 two-seat version of the BF109G with the horizontal opposed Junkers Umo engine as opposed to the Daimler Mercedes-Benz engine. And then we finally ended with the Avia C92 S92, the Romanian license-built version of the ME262, and that Czech trio was for me a nice way to round off the year. So that's what we have for this year. Again, thank you for watching, and thank you for your continued support.